you know, it's like everything happens exactly how it's supposed to happen, and not everybody can see it like genuinely. Like, I'm here because I've been choosing to be where I want to be. Like, you know, every decision I've made leads me to meeting you. You know, it's like, and
first?
what?
So first?
Not very often, but every now and then I'll smoke one. I may grab one. That's cool. Yeah. But yeah, and I told her, I was like, who knows, I may like come across someone that like is ready to have another conversation. And look, I did my thing. I went to the library. They had a book about radio isotopes and shit like that.
Yeah.
And one of the guys was excited to order it for me. And I told her, I said, maybe I go downtown and like come across someone that's like ready to have some deep conversations and expand on some shit. You know, it's like figure out some more stuff. And look, here you are. I actually knew. I've been seeing you around town quite a bit too.
Oh yeah.
And it's just cool because look, it came forth. I told her, I said, maybe this happens, and look, we're out here recording a podcast. You know, it's like, or a form of a video, not necessarily labeling it as a podcast, but you know what I mean, where we can actually talk about the things that we're going through and shit, and actually break down things and figure out how to do them better.
Right. Well, first off, my name is Jordan. 30. And I'm like at a point in my life right now, bro, where it's like, do I keep going like on the same like trail that I've been like paving myself, or do I fucking keep going and like venture off, you know? And it's like more I want to fucking keep going on, you know what I'm saying? Like on the same path that I've been fucking making leeway on. It gets tiring, dude. It gets exhausting. It gets fatigued. You know?
I never understand that. I came across this book. It's basically like a letter to scientists and stuff. And basically, this guy said, whatever your path is, no matter what it is, stick to it to the very end.
Yep.
Because you're the only one to do your path. It's like if you chose to go a different way, I mean, it's still your path, but you know what I mean? It's like you have built this way that you've wanted to live life. Don't give up on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, well, usually these times are when it explodes when we don't give up. You know, it's like, and it's like when we want to give up the most is when it's like, don't give up, and it'll come forth. You know, it's like, and that's what I'm doing. It's like, dude, I've been tested every little thing. It's like, and like the path I'm going, it's like nobody seems to have like any answers for the answers that I'm going for, and it's like I'm the only one to answer those questions because nobody's asking them. You know, it's like, so it's like, shit, stand tall, fucking pump forward, and you know, it's like embrace that it's your path, like, and nobody else's. You know, because without you, it wouldn't be your path.
Yeah, but it's fucked up because it's double-edged sword, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's one of those situations in life where I know I have to have people in my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, not just because I'm like, I don't want to be lonely and shit, but because, like, I have to have that support and I have to have that conversation so I can, like, bounce off of it. But at the same time, it's like, where does that, like, the slander, like, where does, like, all the, like, oh, we're going to talk good about you, you know what I'm saying? And then we're just going to make up some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, God damn, you know?
Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's like, you almost have to, it's like, as I've learned about just refining the internal world and stuff, like, you heard of, like, alchemy and stuff? Like, it's like, it's what they describe, how you, like, refine your emotions and thoughts, and, like, the whole of the human body has, like, a whole expression, and, like, essentially you want to break it all down and then refine it into something else, and they call this essentially alchemy. And like we're here today, like you know, like you said, you need that support. And like I've noticed that, like, I have like zero fucking friends that like actually want to expand and grow, and like they don't even want to talk about the shit that I want to talk about, which I've already accepted that like that's them, that's their path. Like it's like I accept them for who they are, and then it's like I can almost move to people that are more resonant with like what I'm actually moving into, like which not totally entirely sure what I'm moving into, but like I feel a oneness with everything, like truly, like when I look into things I can almost see myself entirely, like just almost reflection, you know. And it's like everybody I come across, no matter how bad our arguments are, it's like I can see where they're coming from, and I can see how that coming from the universe is like that's their expression. They don't understand, and like I understand that they're not understanding, and it's like coming to an acceptance of like that it's like they're almost here for you, because like by them doing that, it's like you have to refine and really get down and be like, is this what I want? Because if they shake you, that's not really what you want. You know what I mean? It's like, don't let them shake you. You know, it's like shit. People be not really want to, like I said, not really want to have conversations about the things that I want to talk to. But it's like that fucked me up a little bit. It's like, shit, I want people to hear this shit. It's so fucking fascinating, but nobody wants to hear it. And it's like, just keep talking it, keep sharing, expanding, even when nobody wants to hear it, and like eventually people will show up in your life that actually want to hear it.
Hell, like that's some good shit. You know, like talking about like the old people coming in your lives and being like not alienated, but like being like comfortable enough to be able to have a conversation that's not like a fake ass conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I don't know, man. It's like just every day. You know what I'm saying? Just everyday life, dude. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like I miss doing that. You know? I miss working on a fucking boat.
Go get on the boat.
I'm trying, dude. And
well, see, that's don't try. Like, just go do it.
Like my name, and I don't even know what nobody says.
Oh, like what do you mean, like your name?
Like okay, like
because you said like the people are slandering you. What do
like,
you mean exactly? Like
it's like it's just I guess the way like that path that I'm scared to take is probably like the path that I need to take.
Yeah.
You know, and that path that I've been taking, I can already see the outcome. I don't want to see the outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see, like I already know this is gonna happen. Like I already know this is gonna happen. Like I'm on, like this path where it's like
you want it to be how it's supposed to be, where everything's unknown, but you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
But it's but it's all random.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like I feel good things are happening, but it's like, why am I so worried about all the negative shit whenever I started talking about being positive, how to be positive, you know what I'm saying? And whenever I'm like trying to be positive and shit, it's like I don't got time to be fucking negative, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't got that time to sit there and like I know I've been fucked up. Like I know smoking bud is not, you know what I'm saying, where I need to be right now in my life. Like I know I should have spent $4 and fucking some change on this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, at the same time, though, it's like you're here because you chose to be here, and it's like
I didn't choose to be though.
Well, you did, even if it was subconscious, you didn't realize it. It's like because you met me here, like we met each other here, so you made the decision to do all these things that you did and come out here. You know, it's like and that's what I mean. Is like we don't always realize like, and what I've noticed that it seems like you're getting onto like the patterns that you've been built on.
I've been lost in the sauce, you know. Like I've been to the point where it's like I've been broken down and kind of like you know what I'm saying, like fucking like I started rebuilding myself and shit. But it's like this is like weird. I know some good shit's gonna fucking happen, but it's like I don't know the new people that's gonna come in and manifest in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'd rather be in person than fucking be off in your soul. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I don't even find that shit weird.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd be like astral traveling and shit. I'd be like,
no, dude. You ever been possessed?
Nah, like I don't.
No?
Simply because like the connection I have to God, like it's like I've been wrapped up in patterns and stuff, and like been sucked into patterns. But as soon as I like reveal those patterns, it's like I can kind of like go into it a little bit differently. It's like the refining process. It's like you see it, you break it down. What is it? What is happening? You know, it's like what is really happening with all these things that you're doing. You know, it's like, and I always look at it as like, if I hadn't have done everything that I did, we wouldn't have been having this conversation today. If you hadn't done everything that you did up until your life, this very moment, you wouldn't have ended up here. You would have ended up somewhere else, having a conversation with somebody else, maybe not even this profound, you know, it's like, or whatever, you know. It's like all our lives, and we want to try to wrap our head around how this is happening, but it's like I found that when we think about it, it just becomes hard to, it makes it, it's like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, but life isn't supposed to make any sense. It's trillions of cells that are doing their own fucking thing, living their own lives, you know, with their own purpose, and like, shit. And you're trying to tell me that means something? Like, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, you know? Like, what if this is that one fucking, like that one moment to where it fucking brought off, like, fucking, right new things and shit, like, mind you, I'm on, like child support shit, but I'm dealing with some personal shit, spiritual shit, and it's kind of where it started. So you hear the sound, goes the water. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? 007.
no, it's great. Everything comes out the way it's supposed to. Like, even
Scared, dude.
yeah, well, I'll be straight up with you. Like, going the path down the breath and yoga, like, it scared the shit out of me. I stopped doing it for a while because it was like I could see what's gonna happen whenever I embrace myself fully. Good and bad's gonna be like extreme, you know. It's like when I bring the profoundly good into this world, there's gonna be something profoundly negative that faces it, you know. And it's like, so it's just part of life, you know. It's like there's always gonna be that opposite that's like there to test.
Yeah, like yin and yang and shit. Like, but in that yin and that yang, you know what I'm saying? You got the fucking aura, which is the whole circle.
Yeah.
And then you got that split, you know what I'm saying? Which is like, you know, the affirmation. You know what I'm saying? Like the.
See, I don't see a split.
Like wherever, like in that yin yang, you know what I'm saying? How it goes, you know what I'm saying? Down the middle. You know what I'm saying? You got the black with a little bit of white, and you got the white with a little bit of black. You know what I'm saying?
They wouldn't be the same.
But you gotta have it. You know what I'm saying? It's like good and evil. Like I know that part of that yang. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that's my that's this side. You know what I'm saying? Like that's this side of my body. You know what I'm saying? Like if my heart ain't right in certain situations, not just being healthy, because like I've gained some weight. Like I feel better, but like press all the way out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing too. It's like we're all figuring this out as we go. So it's like our health, you know, it's like
I know how to control it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like it wasn't just two of my thumbs. You know what I'm saying? I say, motherfucker, how you motherfucker? You ever click? Like if look at your phone and like feel like you click. Like people won't admit it or not. Like people are puss and all like talk about it. Like you know, like you turn off your like iPhone and you hear that like little yeah. Like you like imagine that being like in your eyeball. That might be why. You know what I mean?
well,
like you know,
the greatest technology is right here. It's like
off spiritual shit. Alright. I'll fuck you up. It's not my bad. It's not his bad.
What do you mean?
Alright, so look, check this out. I'm on the spiritual enlightenment, right? Try and get rid of all these, like, not demons, but like all this, like, lighten my load. You know what I'm saying? Like,
don't get rid of it. Transcend.
But they're not mine.
Well, see, you can't get rid of anything.
They're not mine.
But it's all ours. It's all, because we're all intermittently connected, but it's like how we're attaching to it, like, that ends up being that whole, it's hard to do it, hard to move past it because we're attaching these certain things in our mind to it.
Yeah.
It's like quantum entanglement. You know, it's like you're attaching all these things to it, and it's like jumbling up your mind where it's like all of a sudden, like now you're looking at it and it's like, oh, I got this and I got to do all this stuff. You know, it's like because you've attached to when you just kind of move, it's like I've worked with like shedding those entanglements. It's like so when I come up to patterns that I've experienced before, it's like people trying to give me things. Like I came across this dude who was trying to give me some stuff, and I could see. So you know how the energy works in exchanges. It's like someone gives you something, like how God is like, you give, you get back. I seen someone doing that, like literally. They weren't doing it with like positive intentions. Like I could feel like they were trying to get me in a hold. Like
it's like a.
And it's like I seen that shit. The patterns don't fucking work when you see them. It's like you do your thing.
It's like a. What do you see me as? You know what I'm saying? Do you see me as motherfucking like I'm a piece of shit in life as a person, or do you see me as like? And this would be like third person, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, where am I at?
I just see you as a bunch of cells that are kind of confused and not really working together. Like, it's like you have some cells that are agreement on what you are, but then the other cells are like, I don't really know. And it's like, I'll tell you, I went on this ride to my buddy's house, right? And I thought I dropped my phone, and I could feel the trillions of myself in little boxes, like of me riding my bike to my buddy's house. One of that box, of that cell, was like, I could watch it turn around that bike and go the other way. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know, and I realized that's how we break apart ourselves, like how we fracture ourselves. We doubt ourselves. We're sitting there. I called that shit right back, and it aligned itself right back where all my cells are doing the exact same thing. Every one of my cells is sitting right here, shaking its legs, you know. Every cell is on the exact same page, and they're talking, and they know that. They know that, and they're embracing it all because it's so exciting. It's like
so fucked up.
Yeah, it really is, but it's so cool.
Because no, it's not, dude. It's not.
I'm grateful.
No,
I'm grateful all the way around it.
It's like half the time I don't know what's happening, and it's like, do you feel like the difference in Paducah?
Oh yeah, I've told people all the time that like
recently,
this whole
past 2 years.
This whole area seems to be protected by something. Like we're 20 years off the whole world. We're 20 years off the whole world. And I can tell you that for a fact. Like it's like we are not on the same page as the rest of the world. Like, and it's like it's because there are so many masters in Paducah. Like, and they're just hiding. They're meditating. They're doing breath work, yoga. It's like they're building themselves. And when I finally call them out of their thing, shit's just gonna be wild. Like, it's gonna be a whole different world that we've ever even thought was possible. Traveling up in the stars with our bodies, like our physical bodies. Like, cause I see ways that we can like temper our bodies to be up in the stars, breathing. Like,
hell yeah, King of the Moon.
Be swimming underwater for like 45 minutes to like 2 or 3 hours. Yeah. Like, I mean, I see them possible that people are like, no way that's possible. But like, man, I've almost experienced like the way it's possible. Like, I can't do it, but I can understand like the steps that need to be taken in order to like get the body to that adaptive state, because it's like essentially you're breathing with your whole body instead of like you're just your mouth and your nose. You know, it's like you're contracting everything. You know, it's like your cells aren't relying on the same things that it used to be relying on. You know, it's like you have those people in the Antarctica and some shit, and they be like taking
like
ice baths that are like, and they be like taking ice baths that's like -60 and shit. You know, it's like, and most people be like, I gotta wear a jacket out in 50-degree weather. You know, it's like, nah, I'm gonna be
son of a lion.
Yeah.
Type shit. Yeah.
And
you wake up early in the mornings?
yeah.
Yeah. Did you see this morning, like that moon this morning?
I didn't wake up that early this morning, but for the most part, I've been waking up. Today I woke up at 9.
What if somebody could walk the moon?
Yeah.
That'd be some dope shit. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely can. Like, it's about
People think I'm crazy.
it's about understanding.
People think he's crazy. I speak third person.
It's what we're limiting ourselves to. It's like we're living in this comfort zone that like prevents us from actually evolving and doing these things. Like, you can see people actually doing some really extreme stuff, like really extreme stuff that like just baffles the mind. But it's like we all can.
What would you consider baffle of mind?
Like hanging 1,000 meters up in the air, holding by one finger by a string that holds 2 hot air balloons, you know?
Oh, fuck all that, dude.
But if you understand,
Line or what is it? Slacking or some shit?
if you understand the connection of the human body and the world, then it's like you command in your hand just to hold that, like without any doubt, knowing that as long as you say, I'm gonna keep holding that until I need to hold that, and it's just locked in now. It's like you are so one with yourself that you know without a shadow of a doubt that you can hang thousands of meters up in the sky by one finger and, you know, live to tell the tale. You know, it's like, and how many people, and that's what I mean by baffling, you know, it's like someone that's truly understood that their body is
fucked up.
Yeah. I don't even consider it
you know what I'm
fucked
saying? Like, the body's fucked up. Like, what the body can do, what the body, just off survival instincts, dude. I think that's that's another thing that started this fucking kick was just like survival instinct. You know what I'm saying? Maybe being paranoid schizo. You know what I'm saying? And everything goes good, and then boom. Like, everything is fucking.
So you think you have schizophrenia?
No, I think that the trailer that, or the home that we were living in was like haunted.
What energies are?
Yeah.
And you know, it's like you start becoming aware about the subtler
Fucking
energies
right.
and stuff. You actually start to be feeling shit like that, and it seems crazy to most people, but it's like it's not. It's like it's just subtle energies, like, and it's like it's there. You just can't see it. You can feel it though.
Yeah.
It's like, and I honestly believe that like we have a ability to see it, but it's like you have to like it's the connection. You connect your mind, body, soul, and then it becomes able to see things that weren't normally seen. Like I something fascinating that I noticed, like with I've been learning about the facial expressions and like how like over time how much joy you express, how much anger, sadness, smiling, it's like it builds up in these like jawlines and like your face, and like it basically tells a whole story. Like, what have you been holding on to? You know, it literally tells you. You can tell what people are avoiding dealing with, you know, because their face has formed in certain ways. And like this guy pointed on that our eyes do different things. Like my right eye, when I look through it intentionally, just the right eye, I see water, I see that, I see you. But when I look through this eye, it's like I can see the geometric patterns of everything. It's like I see it in like a hologram. Like I'm able to see like everything's hollow. Because the cells and that it's all made of, it's just space.
Well, they've got a cube that does like little 3D fucking like hologram, like shoots out like one little fucking laser and shit, and it fucking does all that. It's like who do you want to talk to? That's the real question. Everybody comes to me, and I'm pretty sure like that's like the question that everybody is like always asking and shit. Either like, who am I talking to, or who can I talk to, or I'm like, who are you?
You know who you are.
No, I don't.
You should.
Yeah, dude.
But you be talking from them.
Bro, I've never had this shit happen, but this is where a friend was trying to help, and I think it's pretty cool because it's Angela Kirk, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she's Piper. It was like Angela Kirk and then Phil Piper, you know what I'm saying? I used to work for him, right? He's a Nation or something. You know what I'm saying? But Mr. Smiley, you know what I'm saying? fucking.
No, you're good.
And I'm like,
So, like, what did your friend do, like, that helped you, that you thought was pretty cool? Yeah, what'd your friend do? Bill, you there?
can I adjust your ears? Just one of them?
What?
Can I adjust one of your ears?
What do you mean?
I can adjust it back.
What do you mean?
Can I, like,
Can you elaborate a little bit?
yeah, like to be able to hear the shit that I hear, so that people could understand the things that I do. And it's not like no hocus pocus. It's not no voodoo. It's not no devil worshiping.
Well, I understand that,
That
like,
keeps me out of the church.
when the body aligns itself
Yeah,
in
yeah,
certain
yeah.
ways, it allows like,
It'll
things
not-
to open up. Like this guy showed me holographic breathing, right? And like you put your tongue to the roof of your mouth and breathe through your nose, and like you can feel the jaw kind of expand and open up. Like, and as soon as I did it, it's like I could just fucking see that shit, and it was like, oh man, like literally, because our whole bodies are connected intermittently, and like as we've been conditioned, we don't really know how the bodies are actually supposed to be that, like, you know, allow it to be what it's supposed to be. You know, it's like mostly figuring out. But like, what are you gonna do, adjusting? What are you gonna do, adjusting? Like, what do you mean
just one
exactly?
like, do you hear the echo? Like kind of like a, like cleaning up like the cars and shit. Like, can you hear like the traffic from here? Yeah.
Traffic, and I can also
Well,
hear
ask
like
Bar-
some of the birds up there and
I'll
the
do one even better.
waves.
Just ask to borrow one of my ears.
Can I borrow one of yours?
Yeah. You can borrow my left one too. So I'm always listening.
Yeah, I think that's what we forget a lot of times. Can you hear those trees moving over there?
No, but I could probably like do some pretty cool shit. Like, I could probably, if those, let's see. Do all that and what can I do? I'm gonna fish you out to see. I want a poltergeist you, so
You could
I'm
try.
gonna scare the poltergeist out of you, so you will not be demonized, I guess.
You can try, but I don't believe that.
No, I don't. I swear I don't. I call them angels now.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't get it. But like that part, swear.
Yeah. Oh, like remote viewing almost?
No, it's like being able to control like a bird.
Yeah. Because everything is us. When you separate, when
One
you
is one.
when
Yin
you
and
separate,
yang.
when
See,
you
that's-
separate that, it's separate from you. Then all of a sudden, everything's moving around you. You know, it's like everything's coming toward you because you're one with everything. So when you decide that you want to influence something, it's like as simple as you being that thing. You know, so I've gone in deep into this shit. Like people at church don't really like me either. I quit going to church a long time ago because I already knew like the way I see the world is different than how others see it. People that think it's bad, it's really not really bad. It's like usually a gift to see our gifts. It's like yin and yang. If we didn't have it, we wouldn't even see that we had our gifts. You know.
You got a timer? Let me adjust yours for 5 minutes. I'm not a witch doctor. I'm not no.
All right, 30 minutes. Go ahead, do it.
All right.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like psychologically, like through the mind? Okay, I got you.
Yeah, through the
Then
mind.
it's like no, it's,
Telepathy.
yeah. Then it's just like me relaxing into it instead of like being reserved. So many more sounds just became more available. I think the ears do something different too. Same with the eyes. One ear hears something different than the other ear. It's like same with the eyes. One sees the depth, one sees the hears the surface.
Yeah, but what if that death wasn't supposed to fucking happen? Somebody did that up fucking money.
Repeat that?
Yeah. I brought them out spiritually, so it's kind of would hold up in court, but at the same time, it's like you can't have spiritual court and not total afterlife. You know what I'm saying? But what if they did it to all of us, and each person had a certain person, and we ended up getting into it because we all trying to figure out the same fucking equation.
But like we're battling amongst each other.
Yeah.
Like
Trying to, like, instead of saying like
trying to understand each of our perspectives.
5 bracketed, and then with the fucking, I don't know, 2 minus fucking 4 and another bracket. You know what I'm saying? So like all of us get the same fucking answer.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how you do it, or do it like in the head, you fucking know it, just write it down, or you actually gotta break it all the way down. You're still getting to the same
Yep, still the same thing.
destination.
Every time you break it down, it's the same thing.
You just gotta pronounce it different, like you said. Well, like he said.
Yeah. I know what you mean. You're projecting through.
Yeah, and it's like, it's illegal whenever it gets harassed. You know what I'm saying? And that's answering the question. It's weird. But I guess this is what it means to be able to like manifest and answer a phone call and not talking, not imagine what they're saying, but since you've had a conversation with them in the past, you probably know like what their voice might sound like.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like whenever like you got that aha moment, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that, but at the same time, it's like the people that did it don't give a fuck, they don't have no like remorse, but they don't have like kind of like somebody I watched Kevin Gates say was a moral compass. You know what I'm saying? And for himself to fucking do that and then hit it in the air like that shit just fucks with me. And like it's come to the point like I want to be the one to like, put that dude in fucking jail. Like I want to be the one to put some handcuffs on him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because it's some real shit.
Yeah.
But in order to be able to, like, for me to be able to, like, move on and shit.
Gotta walk past it.
And it's not the family that I got into it with. It was the people that I knew didn't fucking like me, dude.
Yeah.
You know? But it's like, I want to try to change your opinion, not by, like, forcing you, but by my actions, by just, like, my moral compass, you know what I'm saying? My mental, not status or state, but like on
just changing them through your actions.
No, it's like why would you just hate somebody? Like I can't like whenever you rolled up on me, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't like, dude, I don't even fucking know you like that. Like people are like that for real.
Yeah.
But then people are like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we'll have a conversation, I'm gonna go and fucking push you. Like I'm sitting there thinking like go back to the very beginning, you know what I'm saying? Like my aura, my pronunciation, or you know what I'm saying?
Your
Like
expression.
Yeah, my expression, you know what I'm saying? It's like
that's what I seen. Like that's why I stopped, because it was like I rolled past you and it was like, I know you. You know, because your energy is there, and it's like I can see people that actually do see it. You know, and it's like and I tend to approach people that are wanting to expand on things and like evolve from their current understanding of things. Like a conversation I had before I even came here was with, so these people were out there and they basically were like, Elon Musk is the devil.
No, dude.
Yeah, no. Look, I was like, what do you mean he's the devil? Like, I was like, he's just an expression of the universe, just like us. He's come to his own understandings, and he's doing things awkwardly, even if they seem rough. But like,
imagine if his algorithm that he got to fucking bring that rocket back down, dude, backwards. Imagine if that got out, bro.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good, bro.
No, definitely.
So, like, I can see why. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit that I'd like to talk about, but it's not safe.
Some things you
people are always fucking listening, even whenever fucking I don't want them to, and if not, then it might just be that whole moment of me, like I'm like explaining earlier. Every time I breathe, like there's words coming out of my mouth, and they're not mine, and like I'm having a constant conversation.
Yeah.
You know, and there's nothing that I know for a fact. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now I've been through the fucking like a scanner, and they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing pops up. You know what I'm saying? Like
nothing really.
No foreign objects. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have none. You know what I'm saying? That they told me. You know what I'm saying? And
energy blockages. It's like that shit's real. Like really, like our meridians and shit getting all blocked up. Like it's like that's where the breath and the yoga and stuff and exercise and stuff comes into play, because it's like it's awakening those cells and getting them on the same page and being able to operate together. It's like that's why it's important to at least stretch your body a little bit. You know, it's like in some ways, like I can tell the people that, like my mom, she denies. She's like, I don't exercise, but I can see what it does to her. Like I can see by her saying I don't do this stuff, it's like by it affecting her being. You know, it's like you're denying God right there, saying, hey, this is what you need to do to help your body heal. But no, that's not God. And it's like, okay, all right, you just be how you are. It's like, and I've had to accept the people that believe this way and are not willing to see the beauty in life and just accept them for how they are. And I notice that as I do that, they naturally change. Like I don't gotta force them to do nothing. It's like my energy is so profound that like just my presence, just being around people can shift that. And like I know that within the deepest part of my soul, like that, like you can argue with me all you want, and I'll just kind of, okay, I'll break it down with you a little bit. But if you just keep arguing, it's like I'm gonna stop there and just accept you as you are, because you're not trying to understand, you're not trying to push. But that's okay, because that's just part of it. You know, it's like that's how we get out of this, is by accepting people as they are and not wanting them to change, and understanding that all the change happens within. But back to that people that were saying Elon Musk is a devil. The guy, that's where I was like, this guy was trying to talk to me and the preacher, and I was basically like, dude, like, stop. Like, it's like we're having a conversation and we're actually trying to actually have some leeway with shit, and you're like, you're talking with your ego. Like, I'm attaching to these thoughts, and like it's creating his own version of how things are. And like I told him, I said, the real change happens when you go inside and you accept that people are just going to be how they are, and like nobody's necessarily inherently evil or not. It's just like they've had certain experiences and they've moved with those experiences, and like that's who they've become. And like it's made them choose certain things because of every decision they've made. You know, it's like,
Right.
and like even us coming to the understandings because of things they've done. You know, it's like it's all an expression of the universe. It's all trying to figure itself out, like you said. It's like, but we all be battling each other to tell each other what's what, when it's like nobody knows what's what. It's just life being life, and like the cells just being cells, and like it's micro to macro. It's all reflection. It's all the same. And it's like, it's beautiful when you actually see it, because it's like all the things that you were plagued with, that like, oh, I have anxiety, I have depression. Man, when I just watch that shit, I don't really have any of that. I don't have none of that. It's clear and calm and peaceful. It's like, it's only when I go, I have depression, I have anxiety, that's when that shit be bothering me. Like, because like my stomach right here is a little tense, but like it tenses, and then as I relax, it goes away. As I don't judge it for being in me, because it's a part of me too. You know, it's like I don't want to deny any part of it, no matter how good or bad it is, because it's like maybe they see the light by doing the darkness. You know, it's like everybody's got to go through their own path of whatever to discover themselves. Like, and some people, they get filthy rich before they actually get to, you know what I mean?
What if they don't want to be rich? They just want to they just want to feel like
So
somebody, not something, but they just want to just feel and not be numb.
well, I listened to this video where Elon Musk was talking about AI, and the way he was talking about it was pretty genuine. Like, he was like, I'm tired of going the route of like political, and like we're actually trying to figure shit out this time. Like, we're actually trying to understand the keys to the universe, and like by politically accepting things that others don't like, it's like, and that's where I was like, oh, you think Elon's the devil? He's actually seeing AI as a beneficial tool to humanity. Like, you know, it's like, but, you know, it's yin and yang. You can always see the layers that people are really real. It's like, you can't really tell until you're right there up on them, and you can kind of see through their eyes and their soul, like, if they're being genuine with it. It's like, but for the most part, honestly, I think AI is kind of cool, because it's like, it's a reflection of us too. Like, we are AI in our own sense, you know. It's like our body adapts like that, like tremendously quick. Like, we can form out thoughts and stuff, and articulate conversations pretty consistently, you know. It's like, I find the whole universe fascinating. Yeah, and like right before this, I had a little argument with my mom that was like, it genuinely like affected my energy more than I'd like to, like, but it's like I could feel how it's like I didn't need to judge it, and I just needed to be with it and refine it, because it like pissed me off. Like, it was like, my mom wants me to wear shoes to work with my dad, and I was like, I don't like how the shoes conform my bones. And like it makes my feet uncomfortable because I believe that our body are supposed to be basically naked. You know, it's like we should be walking on rocks, walking on ice, walking on everything. You know, it's like barefoot. You know, it's like. And she couldn't even understand why I didn't. I told her, I said, I work better when my feet can move freely, when my toes can bend, and I can just pull my feet out of my shoes just like that, and like it actually allows my body to, well, be as it's supposed to be. Not, we added shoes, we added things, socks to make ourselves warm. You know, it's like I'm working out of all that stuff, like where it's like I'm in touch with my body, where I can stand on this ground and be, you know, it's like feeling my connection to the earth. And like, but basically I just sat with that shit for 10 minutes and I like didn't think anything about it, didn't attach nothing to it. Like I could feel my body doing its stuff, being frustrated that it wasn't going exactly how I wanted that conversation to go, and I let it go. And then that guy was like, I got this book for you, and he was so excited because he's like, nobody is interested in biology or chemistry or anatomy, and I was like asking him for all these books to order and shit, and like basically when I refined that shit, dude popped up and it's like, oh, it's a good day, he's got shit for me, you know. It's like, and it's like, it is as simple as like accepting it for what it is, you know. It's like their lack of understanding of the human body and its functions and stuff. Can't really get mad at people for not knowing what they don't know, you know. So even if it's presented before them, because it's like I had to follow my own line of energy to actually understand what I'm understanding, you know. It's like, and if you're not willing to follow that line of energy, you know, it's like it's just gonna be stagnant, you know. It's like it's gonna be coming for you, but it ain't gonna be like helpful, you know. It's like the kundalini, you know. It's like it comes for you, life comes for you at all aspects of it, and if you don't do the proper you don't build the proper structure within your body, then it's like you start forming like blisters and shit like that, because it's the body fighting life. Like it's creating diseases because you're trying to strangle it, you know, instead of like letting it just open up and freely move. I feel like I can talk for hours about this shit. And I do. I fucking talk for hours. Cool if I grab another cigarette,
yeah. Do you hear anything in traffic if I go like this? Like, if I'm sitting like this and my ears aren't that way, you know what I'm saying? I'm using the refraction off of this water. And coming back.
I heard a screech from a car, or sounded like it brakes or something. And look, that repeated that sound. It's like it reflected from there to there. Yeah, I like to do the same thing, like when I'd be driving a car or something. When I'd be driving a car, people be just like ride my ass, right? And I don't want them to ride my ass, but they're gonna do it anyways. It's like I'll just relax and like I won't force anybody to do anything. Like it's like I'm showing you that you can pass. And it's like they'll be doing that until I finally come to that. Just let them do it, and then they end up just moving around or shit like that. It's like, and that's where I've noticed like really how I've affected reality, and how it's like it listens to me when I ask, not command. It's like, even though I do command it, it's like it prefers to be like, can you do this for me? And it's like, it's much more likely to be like less resistant. You know, it's like versus when you demand something from somebody, how they put up that already, it's like they'll fight it. It's like, I don't, why are you telling me to do that? You know, so instead of like, hey, can you do this for me real quick? Well, I'm glad I ran into you, man. I'm glad we were able to have this conversation for real. And we've got it on for like 50 minutes so far, so it's a nice little conversation there. Yeah, I had this situation the other day that was kind of like, I came across this person I've met before, once before. I was at the community kitchen, and I seen them there, and I was like, I didn't say anything. They approached me like, it must be a coincidence because we keep seeing you, you know. They know my connection, and they call it out, you know. They're like, it must be a reason. It always is. So they're like, you want to ride home? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I get in the car with them, end up way far from where I expected to be. Like, way far. Like, I seen their whole deep fucking, everything they were trying to hide.
Yeah.
They showed it, and they basically claimed that they were God. Like,
well, what if they weren't even, like, what if they weren't even fucking on a fucking witch doctor, fucking, like, half fucking dead people? I mean, survive fucking 5 heart attacks and motherfucking, I know whenever they're trying, like, it's not them, like, they're gonna fucking put it off on, like, a bigger fucking situation than it is, and now it was already getting fixed. People got in the mix of it, and actually those two voices, those two kind of like not impersonations, but like those two imprints that end up being on my mind, and then manifesting through like almost kind of like a just quick glimpse of like what they might look like.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And let that be like something that I would say. So I don't know. Yeah, it's hard, bro.
Yeah, definitely articulating this expression is definitely, it takes practice. Like, the more you do it, the more it becomes comfortable to like express your gifts and stuff. That's where it's like, you can't.
Yeah, but see, like right now, they call them gifts whenever it's something fucking good. But as soon as something fucking bad happens, then fucking it's fuck, hey, stay the fucking side, like all this shit. Like it was cool whenever fucking I was walking drone with my fucking tongue and had no fucking phone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But when it actually like, when you're like,
but whenever I'm fucking actually fucking saying fuck life and fuck everything else, and like I'm sitting here fucking walking this fucking damn drone and it's not a fucking bird, fucking oh what's fucking like, and I don't have no fucking controller. I'm using, I don't know, some crazy shit happened. There was some bad shit, and now some more stupid shit is happening because people just want to fucking be ignorant and just the words that were said and stupid shit that was done because somebody else was controlling us and we didn't fucking know it, and they weren't no big people. They were just fucking people trying to fucking rob us for what we fucking had, and then come to find out that wasn't just like an educated guess. That was like a real situation to where yes, it's been happening, but see, whenever I come into the family, they were like, fuck this, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna control the situation or take advantage of it real quick because of that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say just bull, you know, and it's shitty, you know what I'm saying?
But that's the way I feel about it. And I don't like it, bro.
Yeah.
For a motherfucker to tell me that I've got to, I have to praise that, like, not that vessel, but that, like, say that vessel was a denomination or like religion or
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, saint religion or whatever.
Like Jesus, for instance,
Yeah,
he's
you
a
know what I'm
vessel.
saying? You know, and it's like, I'm not, like, I know I'm not him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in certain situations in life, if I was to be drowning and you come and fucking, you just come down here and, I don't know, fucking you was homeless and fucking, you had nowhere to go, so you come down here and it was just you, but you see a fucking old ass dude, fucking, just drifting, you know what I'm saying? And face down, you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna fucking, you gonna get him, or are you not? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna run in and jump in the water. I ain't afraid of no water.
Exactly, but at the same time, it's like,
and it's like, I've actually already considered doing a cannonball in this.
no, it's just it's the whole point of the situation.
Yeah.
Bro, none of this shit was supposed to happen. It's been happening. Motherfuckers want me to find some shit, put me in armed danger, and now I'm fucked up mentally. Whenever I did this for them, and that's exactly who it was for, because that's who they ended up fucking.
So basically, what you're saying is you were following something else, and like
not an entity. I was fucking weak, bro. I went to a fucking home that was broken and tried to help mend it. I did help mend it, and fucking some shit happened between or amongst the family, but it wasn't even amongst us or amongst myself. But it ended up being that, exactly just that. But the way it was complicated was from people that was doing some bullshit, and I'm not, like, I wasn't with it, you know what I'm saying? And I decided to do some like shit. And as a dad, as a guilty duck, as a fucking that devoted, best loving father that I try to be to just like anybody, just, like right now, like my son, like really my heart, it's like really bothering me, like really bothering me. And it's not like child support shit, but it's the shit that's being said in the air, because if I'm telling you, hey, this is what I want you to hear, like the traffic, if you can hear, like if me and you was to like not lip sync but lip talk in the traffic, you'd be able to hear what the fuck I'm like talking about, exactly how it's coming through my brain.
Yeah.
And I'm using that echo to mimic the exact same, not voice, not fucking situation, but the thought that goes in my brain and seems to fucking flourish out, and the words that fucking go through my body that I don't like, that little sound,
the vibration.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hungry, that's exactly what that is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was around at the time, it's like,
it's interesting that you've done what you've done with your ears that I've done with my eyes, like, because when it's like and I think that we're sharing our things so we can both see through the eyes and we can hear, you know. It's like, because you're sharing your gifts with me that like allow me to hear what you're hearing, because like that echo that resonates with me, like I understand that echo because I see the echo with my eyes, but I see it in a geometric pattern, you know. It's like, and it's a similar echo because it's all that, it's all forming from one spot, and it's how our brains are refining all that information that's coming in into our own expression. And I find it fascinating that you're like, what are you hearing over there exactly? Like, because I'm hearing all...
Just my thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way I express myself, and not, like, really mean to, but it's like, that's what's going, like, that's how it started.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a phone, and I started just, like, I was walking around and
just listening.
Yeah, and decided to, like, I don't moonshine days, you know what I'm saying? Shameless, you know what I'm saying? Like those days, whenever they moonshine, it's like using hollers and shit.
Yeah.
Use the echo. That's what I was doing. And I think, like, but the reason why I was doing it was to stop some shit. And everybody else, I was fucking whacked out, going crazy. You know?
We'd be actually connecting to God, and people don't see that.
I had that conversation with him after inside where it scares me because, like, in the Bible, the ones that I read and the ones that I have read, said that I got Caleb mechanic.
Yeah.
He wasn't a prophet, he wasn't Jesus, he wasn't a witch doctor, he wasn't even admitted it. He said that he's nothing like that. He's just a man of God. You know what I'm saying?
Just listening, just hearing, looking.
And then being so serious about it, I wanted everybody else to hear it. And then people started calling me the fucking only kid to do it. But yeah, I remember everybody was trying not you, not the girl, but specifically, like, these people that I'm not comfortable talking to are the people that I have to, because they're the ones that have the power. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it was at the very beginning, with power.
Well, that's what it's like, why I haven't, like, walked away from my family, because, like, God told me that I need to refine what I have here. The world that I have been born into, I need to refine that and transcend that with everybody that's in it already. Like, I don't need, now that I've got this sight that I have, it's like, I will walk away from some people if they choose to go, you know what I mean? But it's like, for the most part, like, they don't really argue with me. Like, it's like, when I be really speaking it, they listen. Like, it's like, and it didn't used to be that way. It only got that way because I refused to, like, back down. And, like, the one who doesn't back down controls reality. And, like, not controls, but influences. Because, like, I don't believe in, like, control. Like, I believe it's all, like, a mutual understanding, a mutual connection, a co-creation. You know, it's like, it's never just one person alone. You know, it's like, it's a combination of different factors. Yeah. It is tough. It is tough, for sure. But, like, I'm building a place around me that is more accepting to these ideas. Like, I can see me building a school that is for people that, like, want to understand the universe without their thoughts. Like, without their, like, not thoughts, because thoughts aren't a bad thing. It's like, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's when you attach to those thoughts and you create them in your mind that it becomes, you attach that good or bad to it, and then it becomes something different. You know, it's like, but when you just accept it how it is, then it's neither good nor bad, and you can actually, like, walk with things and see things differently. You know, it's like, because you're no longer looking at, like, you're no different than me. You know, it's like, I'm just talking to myself in a way. You know, it's like, we're sharing our conversations. You know, it's like, and I don't mean it like that, but I think you know what I mean. Like, how we're talking to each other. You know, you're just talking to yourself. You know, it's like, we're communicating through this divine inspiration, and we're both acknowledging it, and we're both understanding that the vibrations are coming through our words and communicating and trying to break down things and understand it at a whole different level. You know, it's like, so we can actually move with fluidity without, like, it being like a ragged, like, oh, you know, it's like, and I don't really know where I was going with that, but that's what I've been working on. It's like, how I move with this world is like, man, I almost have to become friends with people I don't want to be friends with, because, like, for whatever fucking reason I have to, it's like, because I'm able to refine my emotions and feelings and not be attached to different things. Like, it's like, I'm letting life flow through me. It's like I said, those people picked me up. Dude, this chick seen this dude as, like, literal Jesus. And I was trying to tell her that it's all of us having that within us. It's not one particular person that is the Jesus consciousness or whatever. You know, it's like, we all have
what
that.
If we could unlock our brain to be able to use, like, a way of communicating without using this and just saying, hey, God's real, and I know telepathy's real, so I know movies can be real, so I know Charles Xavier, I know that he might be fucking real, I know telepathy's real, I know that my girlfriend at the time she come to Frisco's in Mayfield and she got pulled over and I didn't have my phone. Well, I had my phone and in the back of that cop car she telepathied me that she was locked up and it sounded just like that. And
It's nice to have those confirmations.
yeah,
Yeah, she basically was like thinking that like she was telling me he reads the Bible and shit, but like the way he is going about it, like he's basically being a narcissist. Like, you know, it's like he's slap her in the face and shit like that, and like just be like gaslighting all to the extreme. You know, it's like, and I ended up being around these people for 8 hours, and like watching this whole thing unfold without like engaging with it totally, but like just letting God talk and, you know, do its thing, because like they chose to be in this situation too, so I can't like interfere with their, you know, it's like I can only say that you have a choice to walk away if you want to, you know, to see that there's another light or whatever, and it's like they choose the path they choose, you know, it's like, unfortunately, but like she was like, they were drinking and driving on pills and shit, on perks and shit, and like I try not to judge on that, but it's like they had a kid in the car too, and it's like I said, everything fucking happens in a strange way that I can't always describe, but like it almost felt like she was like the incarnation of Mary Magdalene, like but she didn't know, like she seen someone else's Jesus, like
the impersonation. Basically, what you're asking is like, how would you impersonation of your Jesus like, and can you run me back through that exact moment, that exact day? Yes, I can. I prayed in that book. I actually wrote that book, and I prayed for somebody else, and I know that whenever I seen him and it was just a picture and I didn't click my eyes and it was so quiet and so peaceful, bro, like I had to go there and I wouldn't even think about doing nothing, like nothing at all to not fabricate a fucked up story of he talked to Jesus. Dude, I prayed and that was in my head. Point blank period. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
however that happened, maybe it's because I'm in an electronic. Like, maybe it's because, like, somebody was honestly, like, there was steps to it. And I found out, like, what the steps was a fucking maze. And by the time it got to, like, you ever play telephone? Like, or you to school, fucking, you said,
and that
hey,
story
what's
changes
up?
at the end.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like
it's like I heard Jesus interpreted it, but you ended up attaching a whole bunch of stuff to it, and it changed like the actual message.
it's like me giving people access to my brain for not as a test subject, but for just scientific reasons, or just because like they didn't know what was going on, just like I didn't know what was going on, but somebody from the outside family seen third person and seen was like, whoa, hold up, swole up, just because motherfucking like you're doing this shit, that would mean motherfucking I'm let's take advantage of these motherfuckers. So I had to not debrief them with the phone, but I had to go through their mind and not empty it, but basically go through scenarios that I didn't know I would end up going through, and
Traveling through portals and dimensions.
no, not traveling through portals and dimensions, but being able to like my mind ended up be thinking about how can I still help them so strong, like how can I help, like no matter what, and whenever I help, like I'm like constantly doing something of like helping, I'm helping like 5 people at the same time, or I'm like trying to find a way, how can I help this person, how can I help that person, how can I do this to help this person, and I'm so caught up on motherfucking like, yeah, I get high off of fucking just helping that person, and when I mean help, I mean like just being able to fucking take something away because
See that light in their eyes.
see the darkness in their eyes and fucking just chase the light, and what I mean like nothing by that, I mean fucking seeing like the whole darkness and shakiness in their eyes that they had, and it's not how long it took for that person to overcome those demons, but for somebody to still understand how this is going to work, because at the end of the day, there's a poor conversation that y'all end up having, and that poor conversation ends up having being manipulated, split up between amongst the other two, and they thought it was some pretty cool shit, and it is some cool shit, but it's some dangerous shit and some legal shit, and you fucked my family up, and you did it out of spite, and my expression towards people, I really want to take this and hold that and submerge that in the water and let that be their, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's not too Jesus-like, but at the same time, I'm only flesh, you know what I'm saying? And it's just fucked up because a good intentions and good heart and a good person in life, bad shit still fucking happens, and it's gonna keep fucking happening. But the way that this happened is beyond fucking mental blockage, the moral compass that a motherfucker can have, that they do not know how fucked up it is, and then whenever you try to break it down, not to dumb them down, but for them to realize, like, hey, you can't do that, like that's legal as fuck. To me, it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not even that, but it's,
I find it hurting it.
But I don't want to be, bro. I don't want my back door open all the time. I don't want to have to keep asking that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want that, bro. And that's the truth, bro. And you call me a tirade, this where you gonna talk about this on the child support and shit, and how he exposed it. No, bro. Like, it's some shit where they're trying to use people as cover up because they're a fucked up person and they want to bring a community down with them.
Yeah, and they realize that, like, they can bring other people down to avoid other people being seen.
I'm gonna take losses here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna take losses every fucking day. This is Earth.
Oh yeah, it's like,
this is devil's land. I don't give a fuck how beautiful it is. This is the devil's territory. I know whenever I die and my body leaves this earth, you know what I'm saying? I've been there and I've took people there, and whenever I say that, it's on like a wild, not rush of a conversation, but it would have to be like in session, you know what I'm saying? But this is some shit that shit, you know?
so like
the more clicks, you know what I'm saying? Or the more people that try to fucking control me, they end up latched on to my words, and they're hearing me in the traffic, and I call threats, and I'm tired of people fucking using, this is the new Illuminati, this is the new version of them. No, motherfucker, my fiance was my goddamn fiance, fucking her spirit should not be in somebody else, her voice should not be in somebody else, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't know if it, no, that's some,
it's like total manipulation.
Yeah, that's some of that shit.
That's what I was saying, how that dude was basically like controlling her whole reality, where she was thinking he was Jesus.
You did it through the kids, you know what I'm saying? And whenever you did it through the kids, it was a point of, like you made them out of fear. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's like you're controlling with not love, but
you
fear.
found out what their fear was, and then you used it against them, and then make them live with it. But the whole time they were just trying to make your life a lot better. In all reality, conversation and communication is key to every relationship, whether it's fucking police and the citizen, police and the fucking mayor, goddamn a citizen and a fucking wounded veteran, or a fucking autistic fucking kid who knows like the reality in life and how people can fucking be because he's watched fucking Crime 360, he's watched Evil Lives Here on ID. Like, they wouldn't show that shit, you know what I'm saying, if people didn't fucking live that. And I know if I can relate to that shit, if people are, and I know that that's fucked up, and people would do anything, not for that two-legged dope called pussy, but just because you're a sick individual, bro. Not you, but like, I'm not talking about you, like I'm talking about, like, I am talking about an individual, and he fucked my goddamn spirituality up, but even then, he has something to do with it later, a year later down the road, you know what I'm saying, and I'll protect my little brother then, you know what I'm saying, and then I knocked his teeth out, and it's like it don't stop.
No.
It don't fucking stop because whenever fucking he does it,
It's like people
it's all like
retaliate with anger.
you see who's fucking doing what. You know what I'm saying? Like you see who's fucking like not fucking, but you see who's like you see who's really fucking people's wives up, like just because because you're racist, like not you, but just
I know
just
what
because
you. I know
that.
what you mean. You don't have to say that because like I can
Yeah,
see that
yeah.
you're talking broadly. Like,
Yeah, and no, that's narrow as I can take it because me and this dude are not seeing eye to eye. He used fear the whole time, used it through the kids and through a fucking animal, and I know he's a fucking pervert because he tried to pick me up not once but twice from Southland Baptist Church, dude, and then years later on down the road, motherfucking, they're gonna go in there and fucking kidnap the kids, dude. Did you hear that? Like that voice right there? Yeah. That voice, like that's a real voice that goes to a real person. I live right down the road. He's a real fucking pervert. Talking fucking how nice he makes, like he gonna sing.
Well, yeah, they're always gonna like appear nice on the surface, but it's that depth that like that's what it's like. That's why I'm grateful that I have this eye that can see like the geometry of things, because it's like
To use the death of somebody. To use the death of somebody you listens or loves or that had passed away, that you was intimate with, and then turn around and died physically. You know what I'm saying? And then turn around and just because you're a family member makes you think that that I've known you have nobody.
sounds like you just spoke through one of the people I know.
You know what I mean? I've died. I don't got nothing else. But I tell you what, I won't quit helping the next man, the next woman, the next child.
They definitely need people like you, but
Filthy Doug. But I'm gonna lock this motherfucker up, dude. Because if not, I'm gonna kill him, bro. That's on God, bro.
yeah.
That's the guy who's like him and the few others one who's fucking doing it. I don't give a fuck. I'm probably fucking rat. It is what it is. Fuck my family up. Stealing. Banging down, bro. You're not gonna blame me, but I'll blame. And it's not my family doing it, but they're doing it. I can prove it, how they're doing it. And you're not about and yeah.
The sad part about like this whole situation is that like some people use God to their advantage in a negative light. Like you're saying, like it's like he knows the manipulation tactics and knows that people have fear in them, and like that most people haven't transcended it, and like it's easy to exploit. Like, you know, it's like you bring up somebody's fear and you are able to control that. You know, it's like you control that person like entirely, and it's really fucked up. Like it's like that's why I try to be like accepting of like I don't try to change nobody. Like it's like I go within myself and I let my spirit travel through dimensions and do what it does. Like people like that, their souls won't be like. I told someone the other day, like, you keep using the name of God negatively, your soul will be dismantled. Like, that wasn't from Tim's body. Like, that's like, you're calling on the name of God in the wrong ways, and like, you're using it to basically control people's lives and shit, and like, that shit don't slide. Like, it's like, I already know that, like, I don't have to physically do anything, but just me surrendering and letting my body relax, the energies are fucking going wild. Like, they're going wild. People can't contain that shit because they're looking through it through the wrong lens. They're not like seeing them as like the reflection of God. They're seeing them as God, and like that ends up like that's your ego. Like, you know, it's like I said, that energy is gonna go into them and it's gonna really break down shit. It messes with people's minds, like, and you know, it's like, and I try not to do that to people that don't show me that they deserve it. And that's like, someone said something about how like when sometimes things like murder and stuff happens. Sometimes that's like the karmic cycle is just filling itself out. And like, I'm not saying murder is, you know what I mean, but like, the universe has its way of dealing with things in its own special way. And like, I don't have to do anything. It's like, just by me being in my presence and accepting it, it's like I'll flow through life in this body, in this vessel, and be able to transcend people's minds. Allow people to see through the veil that is there, you know. And honestly, that situation that I was dealing with, it's like, it's nothing like yours, but it's, I can see it's very similar, because this dude is very manipulative, and like, he's using their fears basically against him. And like, it's like, I can even see how he does it to the kid. And like, when they be separate and I be with this kid, I be like, close your eyes. It's like, do you see yourself? Do you see your reflection? You know, it's like, I'd be like trying to show that kid, you know, it's like that, like, he's able to see things differently, you know, it's like, and like, every time I do this kid's like this. He's like, he starts shaking, his face smiles, and his whole body just starts changing, you know, it's like exciting, you know, it's like someone's actually showing me compassion, you know, it's like, where like, the two people in his life are drunk and on pills and don't give a shit about him, you know, it's like, while they're off doing their own thing, and I'm sitting there talking to this kid, and I'm like telling him all about the universe and like just God and whatever, you know, it's like, and helping him come to his own understanding. This dude's like 4 years old, so it's the perfect time to bring forth my words, you know, because it's like, kids are heavily influenced by when they're young, you know, and the younger they are, the less they have attachments to things, so they're more easily influenced, you know. It's like, if they don't have any thoughts, what you put in their mind is what's going to be. And I don't like putting things particularly in anybody's minds, but I felt compelled to share, you know, to this little kid that like, he's a reflection. Close your eyes, you see yourself. Close your eyes, you go deep within, you see yourself, you see a reflection of the universe, God, everything. Everything's a little fractal of itself. And like, I was basically with them for like 8 hours, and like, they basically showed me all their layers and stuff, like, and he put on his little show telling me that, I follow God, follow this, I read the Bible, but like, I was at his house, and I had his girlfriend pull out the Bible and read a verse from it. He said, put that up, because you have to be focused to pull out the Bible. No, it's a gift.
Yeah, come on the phone. You're not focused whenever you carry that on your phone. You're getting fucked up, drinking, or getting fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. And that right there was just like the icing on the cake that like clarified everything that I needed to know about this dude, that like his soul showed me everything. I didn't have to ask him anything. His soul just fucking said, this is who I am, but I'm not that. I just want to pretend. I just want to pretend and claim it so I can get what I want. I just want to claim it so I can get what I want. That's all I heard from him. It's like, I am just saying I am one with God because it benefits. And that's not how that shit. It's like, you be one with God regardless of if he benefits you, because he's gonna benefit you anyways, you know. It's like be humble about it. And at the same time, maybe we shouldn't be humble. Maybe we need to scream it at the top of our lungs, like, fuck you, woo!
Hell yeah.
You know, it's like, people are even afraid to scream and yell because it hurts people's feelings. Someone's not gonna like it. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if they don't like what you do? Because we're walking with God and nobody else seems to be wanting to.
Because an evil thing that we call money and currency makes the world go around. And as much as I'll like want to keep sitting here and not facading, but not recollecting, but expressing my emotions and doing it in a healthy manner, and trying to get over an obstacle that should have never happened to nobody, should never happen to even the person I was trying to get with. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was an accident on us and like a bunch of the like my immediate family dad are trying to find a way to, like, I guess I took too long to try, like, to do, like, my own internal dad investigation on, like, what's wrong, what can I do to help, like, any of the people, whatever, because of envy. And that's just it, having something, and you're grateful for it, but then still be on a spiritual journey and enlightenment to where it's like, I know for a fact that the money's in the family, and she spoke in a parable. She said the money's in your arm, and I'm sitting here thinking that, okay, well, I know I got a wart, you know what I'm saying, like on my arm, you know what I'm saying, like, but it was putting family first, and whenever I did that, she gave me a gift, but with that gift was a loss, but that loss, it wasn't supposed to be of us, it was supposed to be maybe just that place that we was living in, moving to something better, but there was an obstacle there that was foreseen and not seen in the background, because it's something that you can't see, but if I can adjust your ears like I have it, you can really actually hear it on the inside and the outside, in the traffic, in the phone.
Yeah, it's all energy moving around.
These are all the things that I was trying to do to you please them. Yeah. You know what I'm dude?
That's where what?
You ready to go? You buy this water, so you're probably freezing.
Nah.
Looks like you're fucking cold, dude.
Honestly, that's another thing too that I'll add to. So like this, I'm fine. Like I'm shaking a little bit, like yeah. I am, but this is just my part of my mind that isn't comfortable. Like, and what I've been working at is stepping into the uncomfortable things. Like because they be way better for me when I step into, like, it's cold out here, but I'm in shorts and t-shirt, and I decided just to tough it out, and like my body adapts. It adapts if I let it. Like, and it's like if I just stay in the cold, like that's why I wear shorts, because I'm not afraid of what God gave us. Like everything here is for us. It's for us to help understand different parts of
love and that gift is from God, and that's to be able, they call it shining, but to be able to not see the future, but to be able to see what's not between the lines, but between that glass forehead, between the wrinkly fucking lines, between that fucking beautiful voice that might sing and might be just as fucking beautiful as that fucking view over there, you know what I'm saying? And as fucked up as that may seem, it might be just a reluctant mind and reluctant time that whenever it was my time to shine, it was not the voice that attracted, or the things and the actions that were done by me personally, and the things that I promised the kids a year, and I was setting yearly goals, you know what I'm saying? And it was like I was in jail. I was grateful. I'm always gonna be grateful, but there's like lines that never sure got crossed, and it wasn't even really our fault. It was the fault of not being protected on another, not dimension, but on another type of territory, but also respecting everybody exactly the same and never fucking undermining anybody, not talking shit about nobody's back like everybody thought I would. They still think, and it's not about talking shit, it's about expressing how my body is taking a situation or an emotion that somebody else had seen like with me or upon me, or had made me feel a certain type of way, and I reacted in a way that maybe if I put you through that situation, you would react that exact way, or maybe you wouldn't even react at all, but I kept on hearing that I reacted the opposite fucking way, the exact opposite way the whole time, and it was a good thing. And then they started, like, the voice that you helped adjust right then and there. I can't just make a personality, and fucking, it takes me a long time to make one. It's not a personality. It's something that was helping people that was born into it, because this was done to me on accident upon us, but to the degree to somebody else, it got worse, all for that little dollar. And that's dollar fucking end up being not even spent within the time that it could be fucking stolen, brought, thought about. It's gonna take time for a person to sit around and not do nothing. Fucking do some content for like YouTube or some shit, or like you're gonna have to go get a fucking job, and I get that. But a lot of this shit, whenever I said it, it wasn't me who put in time. It wasn't people to sit, keep me confused. At the same time, it was about fucking knowing all these conversations that are going on. Because at the end of the day, they're all gonna be me versus me. Because they're gonna try to set me up, no matter fucking what, to fail at every fucking moment in time. Because it's always gonna be me versus me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that whenever motherfucking they literally try and try and try and try. That's why people just sit inside and stay inside. And whenever they sit inside and stay inside, and they don't realize that everything is coinciding, and not by coincidence, but maybe because like that's just the way God wanted to be for right then. That's the best that He could do, and I was honest with Him whenever I was on the view, and I asked Him, and I said, I can't do your opinion, because that was the question that He had asked me in my head whenever I was in that. I was on the office in Western Baptist.
How are y'all doing?
You can't be down here, gentlemen.
I appreciate it. My bad.
We was doing a video, dude.
Yeah.
There's barricades there for.
I got you. We were just